Do you ever wonder how you could get uninvited in an event you created yourself? Let my mother in law Ethel tell you how. Hi, I'm Stephanie, Charles's wife. I'm no stranger to mean mother in law that are so defensive with your family that she wouldn't let anyone penetrate through. You see, Ethel has always made it clear that I didn't belong in their family. I remember when it was Ethel's birthday, and I couldn't help but feel a sense of anticipation as the family gathered to celebrate. However, as the day went on, I noticed that I was the only one who hadn't received an invitation. Everyone seemed to be busy with party preparations, but no one bothered to mention the event to me. I felt a pang of hurt in my heart, but I tried my best to brush it off and tell myself that maybe it was just an oversight. As the day went on, I couldn't shake off the feeling of being excluded. When I finally mastered the courage to ask Ethel about the birthday plans, she looked at me with a hint of surprise and indifference.
Oh, I thought you wouldn't be interested. You're not really part of the family, like the actual family.
But I heard the wives of Charles's brothers are coming through.
Oh, oops. Take a hint, sweetie.
Her words cut deep and I struggled to hold back tears. I felt like an outsider in my own husband's family, and it hurt to hear Ethel confirm my fears. I quietly excused myself and went back to our home, feeling defeated and unwanted. Then, a few months later, Ethel was retiring from her long and successful career. I thought this could be a chance for us to bond and build a better relationship, but once again, I was left out of the celebration. All those years, she didn't grow to change her attitude. I saw pictures of the retirement party on social media, and it stung to see everyone gather to honor her while I was nowhere to be found. I couldn't understand why Ethel treated me this way. Had I done something wrong? Did she dislike me that much? The more I dwelt on it, the more insecure I felt about my place in the family. As time went on, Ethel's remarks and exclusion continued to wear me down. It seemed like no matter what I did, I would never be accepted as a part of the family. I started to distance myself from family gatherings, afraid of facing rejection and hurt. One day, the idea of a family reunion started floating around, and I didn't even bother to get my hopes up. I know that history would repeat itself, and I would once again be excluded from the festivities. As the discussions about the reunion continued, I remained quiet, not wanting to draw attention to myself. I observed as everyone enthusiastically shared ideas and made plans for the event. My heart sank with each passing moment, knowing that I would likely be left out once again. I think it's a great idea to have a reunion. It's been way too long since we all got together.
It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to see everyone again. I miss you all. Yeah, you guys don't even have to worry. I got it. I can host it at my place, and we can all have a wonderful time together.
Everyone seemed thrilled with the idea, and they began discussing potential dates and activities for the event. I sat quietly, feeling like an outsider looking in. I forced a smile and nodded along, but inside I was feeling a mix of sadness and frustration. I wanted to be a part of the excitement, join in the planning, and be included in the family reunion, but I knew that if I spoke up, I might just be met with indifference or brushed aside. One day, as I proceeded with my usual routine every day, the familiar sound of an email notification pinged on my phone, and I casually checked it, not expecting anything out of the ordinary. But as I opened the email, my eyes widened in surprise. It was from Ethel, my mother-in-law, with the subject family reunion details. I read through the email with anticipation, and there it was, the specific venue and time for the family reunion. For the first time ever, I had been invited to the event that I had been excluded from the past. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I finally got an invitation to the family reunion. This is a big deal. I must have made a good impression on them. And they finally see me as part of the family. Okay, so it's at Serenity Gardens Resort at 6 p.m. I got to put that in my calendar. As the days of the reunion approached, I carefully planned my outfit, wanting to make a pretty appearance as Charles's wife. I picked out a stylish yet comfortable dress and paired it with some elegant accessories. I wanted to show them that I was just as much a part of the family as anyone else. I even started brainstorming ways to make a lasting impression on everyone. I knew I had to be the life of the party, especially for the kids. So I researched and practiced tips and tricks for the games that might come up during the reunion. I wanted the kids to have a blast and remember me as a cool and fun aunt. On the day of the family reunion arrived, I followed the directions from the email and made my way to the Serenity Gardens Resort. It was beautiful and spacious venue, perfect for a large family gathering. I felt a bit nervous because I was at the venue alone, not knowing what to expect. I began to doubt if I was at the right party. I rechecked the email sent to me by Ethel again and double-checked its details. I was on time and at the right venue, so what was wrong? Is this some kind of sick joke on me? Was I pranked? Was I being too naive, thinking I'm finally accepted into their family? But then, my anxiety began melting away when I saw familiar faces. I sighed in relief that I was at the right party and everyone else seemed to be having a fantastic time. Laughter echoed through the air as I saw cousins chatting, uncles sharing stories, and aunts setting up various activities. However, one face was noticeably absent: my mother-in-law Ethel. At first, I couldn't help but feel a tinge of sadness knowing that she wasn't there. But as time passed, more and more family members started to arrive, and I got caught up in the excitement of the event. Things were stagnant and dull, since there was no program flow for the family reunion since the host, Ethel, wasn't around. Instead of being disappointed, I decided to take matters into my own hands, thinking it was time to introduce myself to the entire family. I started hosting party games for the kids, the same knowledge I researched days before practicing for the party. Alright everyone, gather around. I'm going to show you the most amazing trick you have ever seen. Now, watch closely, because this trick is truly mind-boggling. I'm going to make these cards disappear right before your eyes. Don't blink or you'll miss it. This is where the real joy came through. The kids, who were once so obviously bored out of their minds, started to gather around me excitedly. They were amazed by my tricks to the point that they were hugging me and chanting my name all throughout. My heart swelled with happiness. It was a moment I will never forget. As the party progressed, I found myself laughing and chatting with everyone. The adults seemed to genuinely enjoy my company, and I was thrilled to feel included in their conversations. It was heartwarming to know that they saw me as more than just an outsider. Stephanie, you're a riot. I can't remember the last time I laughed so much at one of these gatherings. Oh, thank you. I'm just glad to be finally here and share some laughs with everyone. Well, we have been missing out. You should come to these gatherings more often. Actually, I would have, but this is the first time I have ever been invited. Really? But we always look forward to having you here. We thought you didn't like these family events. That's what I know too. My mother always said you hate gatherings like this and that you would get very angry at me if I forced you to come. So I never brought it up. No, that's not true. I don't know where that came from. I just assumed you guys never invited me for a reason, so I didn't want to make a fuss about it. It must be a mistake on Ethel's side. She's not really the best at hosting events ever since. Just earlier, I had to pay for the food and drinks and even for this venue because the owner said there were no reservations made on this date and time. I mean, Ethel's not even here in her own party. She can't be contacted as well. Oh, that's definitely strange. I hope she's okay and that it's just some misunderstanding. Anyway, you're here now, so let's just have fun. Try the crab cakes. They're really delicious, and if you need anything else, just let me know. We want you to feel right at home here. Little did we know Ethel was waiting in a different venue alone. From what I heard, she spared no expense and put in a lot of effort to make it a memorable event. The place she reserved, Lakeside Manor, was indeed stunning with lavish decorations and flowers adorning every corner. There were elaborate chandeliers hanging from the ceiling, and soft music played in the background, setting a sophisticated ambience. There was also a catering team who prepared a mouth-watering spread of gourmet dishes with its aroma filling the air. Ethel herself looked radiant, dressed in an elegant gown, looking every bit the graceful and poised hostess. It was only after the night ended that we learned how initially Ethel intentionally sent me the wrong details to mislead me and keep me away from the real party. But what she failed to realize, she sent the same email with the wrong details to everyone else as well. When she sent the email with the real details to everyone else, they hadn't bothered to even check it. They had assumed it was a system glitch or a double send mistake. And so they followed the wrong event details without question. Eventually, the wrong party came to an end and we started to pack things up. I mustered up the courage to send a message to Ethel, worried about her whereabouts. The event was fun. I hope you get to come next time. I didn't receive any reply back from her, but I did not really read into it that much since she rarely responds to my texts. While we were cleaning the venue, we saw a familiar face fuming with anger. It was Ethel, barging inside our venue and pointing her fingers aggressively at everyone.
What are you all doing here? You're supposed to be at Lakeside Manor. Leave this lame excuse of a party and attend mine. Everything's been set up there.
What are you talking about? You sent us all an email saying it will be held at Serenity Gardens Resort.
No, this was supposed to be for Stephanie only.
Ethel was so quick to make her own conspiracy theories to make sense of her own mistake.
Stephanie, do you have any idea what you have done? You ruined the whole party.
I was taken aback by her sudden outburst, but was also confused about what she was shouting at me. What do you mean? I didn't ruin anything. You weren't here earlier and we were actually having fun.
Oh, spare me the act. You know what you did. Stop making me look like a fool in front of everyone. You know I intentionally sent you the wrong details to keep you away, so we could all have our family reunion in peace. Without you lingering around, you must have bribed them to come to this instead. How much did you pay them?
The room fell silent as her words hung in the air. I could see the shock on the faces of the other family members who had overheard her confessions. I didn't know. I had no idea there was another party.
You think you're so perfect, don't you? Always trying to be the center of attention and stealing everyone's affection. Well, not anymore. I wanted to show you that you don't belong here and no one likes you. You're not part of our family and you will never be. Come on, guys. Let's leave her and go to the real party.
The hurtful words stung, but before I could even respond, something unexpected happened. Charles, my husband, stepped forward.
Mom, that's enough. Stephanie is my wife and she's part of this family. You have no right to treat her this way. You should be ashamed of yourself. No one's going to your real party because this is the real party for us.
Aunt Julie chimed in, standing up for me as well. Ethel, enough. This is not okay. Stephanie is a wonderful person, and we all love having her around. You can't just exclude her because of your own insecurities. Go back and enjoy your own party alone because we are staying here. Leave because you're not invited to this." Even the kids who had been playing nearby ran over to me, hugging me and defending me in their innocent way.
Hey, don't be mean to Aunt Stephanie. She's fun, and she's going to teach me her tricks later. Yeah, we love you, Aunt Stephanie.
Ethel was taken aback by the united front of the family, and she realized that her plan had backfired. Instead of driving me away, it brought me closer to the rest of the family. Tears welled up in my eyes as I felt the love and support from everyone around me. I had always longed to be accepted by my husband's family, and now I knew that I truly was a part of them. Ethel tried one last desperate attempt to entice them and beg them to attend her real party, but not one obliged. She stood there realizing the extent of her mistake and proceeded to run away in shame away from the wrong and fake party she created. In the aftermath of Ethel's revelation, the family dynamics had indeed shifted. The love and acceptance that had once been extended to her now seemed distant. From that day onwards, Ethel found herself isolated and excluded from gatherings. When she offered to host another event, no one showed up. The invitations she sent were met with indifference, and she became a mere spectator to the celebrations she once thrived in. Her attempts to win back their affection fell on deaf ears, as the family had grown wary of her manipulative way. As the years passed, Ethel's absence became the norm in family reunions and celebrations, while my presence became a cherished part of it.
There you go. Looks like the cards aren't the only thing I could make disappear at family reunions.